Hi, I'm Steve Reynolds, the founder of Gulfshore Air. I want to take a few minutes today to talk about indoor air quality. Indoor air quality is kind of a catch-all, and you'll hear it from a lot of companies or in a lot of text as things that help you breathe better or things that filter your air, which is all true. But it's really important to know the foundation of where all this starts. Indoor air quality encompasses a lot. It encompasses what is in the air, VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds, mold spores, viruses, bacteria, all of those things. And it also encompasses building pressure, relative humidity, and dew point inside a structure, which gets us into building envelope. And a lot of people who are in the HVAC industry seem to get themselves in trouble by not starting with the basics and understanding the building envelope, which is how the building pressurizes and breathes. A building is an all-encompassing system with siding, vapor barriers, framing, concrete, roof deck, shingles, tile, whatever. And the pressure inside that building as it relates to the outdoors and as it relates to the HVAC system is incredibly important. What we'll do on a building envelope inspection is go out and study all of this and take all of those factors into account. Buildings with high humidity, high mold spore count, fungal growth in the ductwork, there's a reason for all of that. And a well-balanced building and a well-designed air conditioning system with the right amount of fresh air makeup and the right amount of building pressure, we can work around all that, and those buildings just aren't sick. They don't have those problems. Quite often we get clients that say, well, there's a little bit of mold in here, but every house in Florida has mold in it. I can assure you that's not true. It's not true for commercial buildings either. It's all about the design. If the air conditioning and the building is designed correctly, and we know what our infiltration rates are, and we know how to get the building pressure correct, and we know how to pressurize the building from within, and put an air conditioning system in there that's sized correctly, and everything works, it's not going to grow mold. Relative humidity and dew point are what it's all about, especially in our area near the coast. Since we basically live in a swamp for 9 months out of the year, we can easily see buildings that are 55 to 70% relative humidity, and we see those quite often. A good example is a call that we got recently of a home that's had 2 air conditioning companies look at it. It has a vaulted ceiling and the registers sweat, and there's growth around all the registers in the top of the building, and nobody can seem to tell the homeowner why. Well, the reason it's that way is because of the thermal pressure between the drywall and the roof deck. There's only about a 12-inch space in there, and there's so much thermal pressure pushing against nothing but bad insulation and drywall that hot, humid air is coming down into the building space and making that happen. So we have to figure out how to fix the building, and we have to put the right equipment in there to dehumidify this structure and make sure this is a healthy place for people to live. With the right amount of fresh air, how tight is the building? Where's the pressure coming from? Is the attic properly ventilated? All those factors are so incredibly important. And then we get down to the right indoor air quality products, which can be dehumidifiers, ERVs, which don't work well here, ventilating dehumidifiers, which bring in fresh air, which is usually the correct way to do that on a residential structure. And then we get into the HVAC equipment, which can be a problem if it's a humid home that's not ventilated correctly, and we've got simple single stage equipment in there with a compressor and a fan that just know to turn off and turn on with a thermostat set point. If we get into the newer inverter equipment that has variable speed compressor, microprocessors, and sensors that will bring those motors on when they need to, and they know what the relative humidity is in the home, and they trickle moisture out of the house without overcooling it, that's super, super important, because you can run a home at 74, 75 degrees at 50% relative humidity or below if the system is designed correctly. We've got the right amount of fresh air coming in. That air's dried before it gets into the structure if we need to do that. And it's just all encompassing. So it's incredibly important to take a building, the HVAC system, and everything as an all encompassing system. And then get the right indoor air quality products if we do have a problem with VOCs, bacteria, mold, viruses, to get something like a REMI Halo LED in the system that will continue to kill that after we fix the problem and continue to be a preventive measure down the road, or a blue QR stick to go in the coil, which is a UV light that will kill anything it shines on. So those products are extremely important, but it's more important to know how to incorporate those products and how to incorporate the proper HVAC system into a properly sealed building. Hope that helps you guys out a little bit with indoor air quality. Steve Reynolds, Gulfshore Air Conditioning.